right, how are we going, my magnificent sons of bitches? And as you can see, I'm in my Civil War attire because everywhere on mainstream media, apparently we have a civil war going on. It's not like we don't have a civil war with these fucking virgins coming out every week talking about how we're going to have a civil war. You're going to have Destiny on one side. We're going to have a civil war. And then you have Temple on the other side. We're going to have a civil war. And that's actually how these motherfuckers talk. That's how they would probably act on the fucking battlefield. Form up, regulators, mount up. That's how they're going to act. So, it's mainly these people on Twitter, right? And I'll go ahead and give you a little context of how the Civil War started. Because, back in the days, you had, this thing called the moral tariff. You know what I'm saying? You had these things called eminent domain that, the Union was, pushing because they wanted to get the railroad built. That's where the first Civil War started, was by taxes, going ahead and taking the South's, taxing the South's product, taxing their cash crops, and, ultimately, taking a lot of land to go ahead and industrialize and build the railroads. That's the first Civil War. Civil War II, right, that I've come across right now, every story that I've seen has said the same thing, is ultimately what happened is Governor Greg Abbott went ahead and put up barbed wire on the border. And then the Border Patrol comes down and they cut the barbed wire. Greg Abbott puts the barbed wire back up. Border Patrol takes it back down. Greg Abbott puts it back up. Border Patrol takes it back down. And this is ultimately what the fucking Second Civil War has led to. And this is all I've been hearing on fucking Twitter, so much so that everybody is making a damn Civil War uniform. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to play pretendo and to sit there and stir shit in media. Because that's kind of like where you guys are right now. Some of this shit is so fucking absurd. You are fucking gamers. You're not fucking soldiers, all right? They're probably going to sit there and they're going to take their gun. They're going to be like, left, right, up, down, left, right. Oh, this thing doesn't work. I can't get this to work. My gun's not firing. I pushed AB, left, right, and it's not working. That's as close to fucking Civil War as you're going to get, is playing pretendo. That's it. This is where the Civil War is just fucking Twitter people talking shit to each other on the internet. It's not like, it's anything really that meaningful. It's only fucking barbed wire on the damn border. If the Border Patrol can cut the fucking barbed wire, well, what's to stop the supposedly illegal migrants that are sneaking over the border from, I don't know, maybe stopping at a Keith's Hardware or a fucking Walmart down in Mexico, picking up some bolt cutters and then cutting the wire, just like the Border Patrol. What's to stop all these immigrants from not still getting into the country? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of this Constantine wire that you're putting on the fucking border to try and keep out illegal immigrants? You know what I'm saying? And then they'll do these photo ops, right? And it's the most ridiculous shit that I've ever fucking seen in my life. You'll have the fucking these immigrant ladies coming out, and she looks like fucking Michael Jordan, throwing her fucking kid in the damn barbed wire. And who's in the barbed wire, by the way, taking this? Because somebody had to have been in that barbed wire, sitting there with a camera, taking a picture as the lady is shoving her kid into the barbed wire. The shit that the media puts out there is absolutely fucking insane. And if you think that actual border crisis so much of a psyops, if you want to go ahead and put that damn fucking barbed wire on a border, put it on the western border, because I see more fucking immigration from California than I do from fucking Mexico, And I was sitting there, the deal is that if you really cared about this shit, if you really cared about these people coming across the border from Mexico, me myself, I may go down there and snap some, because if we're going to go to war with the rest of the United States, and I think that there's like fucking like 25 other states joining Texas, they're gonna fucking uh uh they're gonna fucking join the Texas resistance, the Texas cause and whatnot. How dumb is this? And they put this out in the media. People pretend it's going to be real. Other YouTubers use it for clickbait. Don't get me wrong. That's exactly what the fuck it is. All these other YouTubers sitting there talking about it, how, oh yeah, Governor Abbott just needs, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. And, it's not like it couldn't be used because, for the first time in history, a damn socialist is actually wants to investigate Israel for war crimes and shit. You know, as regards to the money that we send them, the Bernie Sanders dropped a bill wanting to investigate. This is the first time a socialist has ever wanted to sit there and see where his fucking tax dollars go. Otherwise, he wouldn't give a fuck. But maybe this is partially to go ahead and cover up for that bill that's running through right now, to go ahead and investigate those that Israel Palestinian conflict right there, because all of a sudden that's going down the Capitol Hill, and I know for sure Europe doesn't want to have anything to do with this bullshit. Sticks Schillenhammer 666 Stick Psyops Hammer, one of their YouTubers. Yeah, he sold out, man. He sold out quick. Whenever Trump got in, he kind of, like a lot of these guys have, like a lot of people here on YouTube have kind of sold out. They go against their own principles and shit, and they just go ahead and jump on board. I'm not one of those guys. I'm going to tell you if something looks stupid. I'm going to tell you that the shit is stupid. I'm not even going to sit there and play stupid reindeer games and sit there and pretend like this is in any way, shape, or form makes any fucking sense, because the rational, sound human mind is not going to buy into whatever the hell this supposed Civil War bullshit is. You know what I'm saying? How's it going, Scott? Yeah, nobody's going to buy into the shit. Nobody's buying into your Civil War hysteria except for fucking gamer nerds. Like, gamer nerds have ruined the fucking internet, dude. They have ruined the internet, because nothing right now is organic. Everything is just a big fucking grift. YouTube is absolute, has went down the fucking shithole, dude, because, everybody's like, oh, we're going to Civil War and we're with the United, and, don't get me wrong, I appreciate people supporting my state. Don't get me wrong at all. There are people out there on Twitter, it's like, we support Texas's right to defend its borders. But that's not literally what we're doing. All we're doing is a big fucking grandstanding psychological operation to distract the masses from something that's probably more prevalent or important, that probably has to directly do with you. We're distracted. That's what this is. There is no real big fucking. There's no big. These people are not walking all the way from South America and crossing the Texas border. Certainly, people are not swimming here from fucking China and from fucking the Middle East, and then somehow sneaking into Mexico. They're smuggling themselves into Mexico so they can then smuggle themselves in the United States. This shit doesn't make any sense. But they'll sell you this stuff. They'll tell you this. Like, it would be easier for the fucking Haitians to go through Florida. Why are they coming across the Mexican border? But they just go ahead, and this is just the right's version of trying to go ahead and push a psychological operation. It's the same shit. And, like I said, they'll be more than happy. The fucking YouTubers will be more than happy to go ahead and grift off of anything that the mainstream media will give them. And this is a grift. That's exactly what the hell it is, because this makes absolutely no fucking sense to call for. First off, it wouldn't make any sense for Joe Biden, no matter how demented he is. It doesn't make any sense for Joe Biden to send federal troops to Texas to go ahead and arrest Greg Abbott. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever, just for putting up Constantine wire. And It's certainly, and the bad thing is that all this makes YouTubers look bad at the end of the day, and if, they don't give a shit about their reputation, I guess I don't care. Whenever you cover this shit and like, ain't like Rhino Gimp Abbott behind this shit with the deep state. Yeah, he's a fucking George Soros guy. So no way am I sitting there going out and saying, "Oh yeah, Greg Abbott, you're doing a great job. Yeah, let's go ahead." Because I guarantee you, at the end of the day, he's not gonna do anything. He's fucking one of their fucking guys. This is a big show to try and get Abbott support or whatever the hell it is. And all these people on Twitter who's still thinking, like I tell them all the time, it's like there's not a lot of motherfuckers on Twitter. This video's on Twitter, but like a lot of you guys, I can go down here, I can go down my damn comments, and see all these are on YouTube. All these comments are on YouTube. I'll get some comments from Facebook. Probably not tonight. It's kind of fucking late, but I'll get comments on Facebook. I got one comment from one guy, I think, which is a critical drinker, or critical thinker, on Twitter. This was my only fucking comment on Twitter. So I actually like Greg Abbott. Nothing, But I feel the same way about Donald Trump too. I think that everybody is cucking for Donald Trump. Everybody knows that Donald Trump's, presidency left a lot to be desired. And everybody understands that neither one of these candidates are probably really that qualified at their jobs. I wasn't impressed with Trump's run. That doesn't mean that Trump won't impress me. He's going to win. He's going to win. There isn't anything that anybody's going to be able to do about it. Maybe he ends up impressing me. Maybe he ends up doing, going out there and doing a lot of the shit that he couldn't do for his first 4 years. Maybe he ends up fulfilling all the shit that he said and promised those first 4 years, since he ain't got to worry about running for another term. I'm not sitting there saying that couldn't happen. I'm just telling you that his first term didn't impress me. And if you think that you're voting for Trump for all the shit that he said that he did in his first term, then you're full of shit. Who will Trump's VP be? I heard it was going to be, I heard somebody said that it may potentially be Maya Flores, to be honest with you, which would be one of our local representatives that won here in the, Valley districts of Texas right there. So if it's going to be all about the border, that may be his best candidate, if that's what they're running with. Do you like Vivek? But heck, maybe Obama part two. Oh yeah, fucking Vivek is definitely just somebody over there that they give a little bit more liberties to go out there and have a little bit more freedoms and whatnot. But yeah, fuck, if Donald Trump should just pick me as a vice president, because I guarantee you, everybody's like, well, he's got to pick a vice president that won't get a, and I guarantee you, none of these motherfuckers would want to see me be president. So if he wants to make sure that he's not going to be assassinated, make me your vice president. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead, come on down, Donald Trump, and then just make me vice president. I don't have to do shit. All I got to do is sit there and just be wherever the hell you're not. Tulsi should be picked as VP. To be honest, no, I'm telling you, fucking pick me, because nobody would ever. They would keep fucking Donald Trump alive for that 4 years. They would protect him like he was the fucking Pope if I was the president, because they damn sure wouldn't want me in that fucking thing. I think Tulsi Gabbard would be solid. She would have been great if he would have, picked her up at the beginning of the year, started to campaign with her. But now, because since she's been kind of neglected now, she was a big star for, the right, and she's been a big part of a lot of the left moving towards the right now. But I meant, I don't, she's lost a lot of her luster. And I'm not saying that she can't be, because she's a great speaker, and it's not like she can't get it back. It's just, Tulsi was one of those people who it would have been nice if Trump would have struck while the iron was hot. Yeah, well, he is now a Republican, so maybe. But but I don't know how many Democrats he's gonna swing over back to the Republicans. Eric there, but everybody's saying Tim Scott. Tim Scott's kind of vanilla. Uh, you know, fuck it, pick Greg Abbott because I don't want him as fucking governor anymore. Yeah, pick Abbott. Fucking pick Greg Abbott. Donald Trump, pick fucking Hot Wheels. And that way, I ain't got to worry about these stupid psyops going on with the border anymore. YouTuber Italian Stallion 51 would be a great president. He said if he was president, he would make things normal again. Well, like I said, for the most part, I already have plans. Like if they wanted to do something about, which they don't give a shit, let's go ahead and put it out there straight. While all these fucking people are sitting there saying that they want to go ahead and go into a civil war, if they really wanted to go ahead, if all these right-wing Republicans out there speaking all this bullshit, speaking a really good, because that's one of their wedge issues. It's a wedge issue. It's not a real issue. The border thing is not really a crisis. Inflation is a big thing. You fucked up the economy, and we want you to fix the economy. I don't want to hear shit about abortion. I don't want to hear shit about the border. I don't want to hear shit about anything else. Fix the messes that you made. The public school system is a mess as well. These are the only real issues that you need, is the public school system and the economy, stupid. That's it. That's it. That's all you really need. But they're going to sit there and they have to make up climate change, and then they have to make up border crisis, and then they have to make up, all this other stupid, goofy crap that, you can't really, there's no way that you could ever tell, But if they wanted to solve the border crisis and fix the inflation and the national debt and all that stuff, all they would have to do, this is what they would have to do: go down to Mexico, take out those drug trafficking rings, take out those sex trafficking rings. We go ahead, use their oil here in the United States. We say, hey, we'll make a deal with you. We're going to use your oil. We're going to go ahead and sell this oil, market this oil to China. At the same time, we make the same deal with Canada. We say, hey, we know we can get cheap oil down here. We're not going to worry about what these water fucking motherfuckers, the Standing Rock motherfuckers, we're not going to hear that shit anymore. All right? We're not going to hear your stupid, Indians in drinking water. We're not going to hear that shit anymore. We're going to go ahead and take all this oil. We're going to go ahead and refine it here in Texas. We're going to go ahead and, bring in $8 trillion into this country. We use that money to go ahead. First off, we're going to help the Latin American countries, Mexico and all this other stuff, fix up their infrastructure. We'll go ahead and help Canada out. We're going to strengthen the peso. We're going to strengthen the Canadian dollar. We're going to go ahead and, get rid of our debt. We're going to go ahead and balance our debt. And ultimately, what we're going to end up doing is we'll end up making the America strong again, and we'll have that, we'll go to Russia and say, Russia, you want to go ahead, you want to start your oil market, you want to go ahead and market to Europe, we'll go ahead and give Russia the Europe market. We'll go ahead and give the Middle East, those Middle Eastern countries, we'll go ahead and give them that African market. You can go ahead and have Africa, you can go ahead and help stabilize Africa with your oil from the Middle East. We'll take the Asia market. That way we can keep a little bit of a grip on China, because they are trying to go in and enforce their will into Taiwan. So we can go ahead and say, hey, look, you know what? We want this. We want to go ahead and market our oil to the Chinese so we can go ahead and stabilize that region. At the same time, we can keep a bit of an eye on China, make sure that they play nice and fair with their neighbors. And I think everybody would be better off if this is just how we would do this operation. However, they can't do that shit because it's all about trying to centralize all that authority and all that power to the fewest hands as possible. And the YouTubers will just go along with it. Any kind of psychological operations where we can fight each other over some fucking Constantine wire or barbed wire or whatever the fuck you want to call it at the border, And these gamer goofs, these gamer nerds that sit here on, the fucking internet all day, play video games and think that, hey, I'm contributing something to society. They'll go along with anything that the fucking state puts down because, like I said, they've kind of sold themselves to the fucking state right now. Me, however, no, I'm going to call bullshit. That's exactly what the hell I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you that you're absolutely 110% full of shit. You're not going to get off that couch. You're not going to go get off that video game. You're not going to put down that hot pocket and Diet Dew, and you're not going to go pick up any kind of real fucking weapons and go into any kind of meaningful resistance or whatnot. You can go ahead and put on these displays. You can go ahead and have militia like the glorified Boy Scouts or whatever the fuck come down to Texas. They can do a performance arts, in the streets of fucking Old Laredo or something, and they can go out there and do the whole reverse BLM bullshit where all these right wing militia members are fighting with the federal whatever the hell and do the reverse. What is it? Do the whole repeat of the January 6th and, but whatever it is, it's lame and it's stupid and none of this shit makes sense. Real motherfuckers, real adults that have jobs are not going to go ahead and invest into your fucking Dungeons and Dragons performances on the border. We're just not going to do that. We don't have time for that shit. Come back whenever you want to go ahead and solve problems. You know what I'm saying? Come back when you have real solutions. Come back when you're really, really serious and not talking about Greg Abbott's putting barbed wire. We're just going to put a big barbed wire fence all the way around Texas, and that's what it's going to be. And nobody can go to Texas except for us who are with Texas. We stand with Texas. The first one, you stood with Ukraine, then you were standing with Israel, and now you're standing with Texas. Well, I guess we're in an elite group of company of people you can stand with. Are we going to get the same? Can we get the same kind of money that you're sending to Israel and Ukraine? Asking for every Texas person down here. Are we going to get those kind of fundings? Because I know whenever you stand with Ukraine, they get trillions of dollars. When you stand with Israel, they get trillions of dollars. When you stand with Texas, do we get trillions of dollars? Because I'll definitely be okay. If this is the case, you can go ahead and send it down here. But, ultimately, to sit there and say, now I think that for the most part, a lot of this shit is to cover up for that investigation where they're going to investigate Israel. That's not a me thing. That's not even a right wing thing. That is a Bernie Sanders fucking. I guess the Israelis didn't put enough money in Bernie Sanders' account because Bernie Sanders felt screwed, and so he's passing the legislation. I forget what the bill is, but he's passing the legislation. You can go check it out where they're going to investigate Israel for crimes against humanity because they say that 70% of the people killed by Israel during this Palestinian conflict are women and children or something. So, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't have these numbers. I don't know all the numbers over there with Israel, but I know that all of a sudden Israel and Europe, they're concerned about it. And I think that this is why these YouTubers are out here trying to convince you that we should go to war. We should have a civil war over some fucking barbed wire at the border. So, anyways, what did Middlebird Cowboys fan mean by all YouTubers do is try to grift? Because most of them do. Most of them try to grift. He's not wrong. Most of them are grifting on here. They're just here to make a quick dollar. This is why whenever you watch most of these YouTubers now, you'll have a commercial and then they'll talk about like Vince McMahon, you said sexual charges with Deshaun Watson and Ben Roethlisberger, and then you get commercial. And then they'll come back and it's like whenever Mark Sanchez and Ben Roethlisberger commercial. And then Vince McMahon and Tony Khan commercial. You know what I'm saying? They put like 3 or 4 commercial breaks in their videos right now, depending on how long they are. Me, I'm not grifting. I'm just coming out here and trying to tell you the truth that all of this shit looks absurd, particularly whenever it comes across the border crisis stuff. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead. I never grift and never will. Anyways, Scott, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. You people, tell me what you think. You like, sub, do the shit the internet tells me to do to get over. And for now, I'm out.